Okay, so I want to talk about how the best way to get past something is through it. And I'm talking about kind of everything, but let's just focus on emotions. So, the best way past emotions of grief or jealousy or anger or sadness, happiness, love, whatever it is through. The best way is through. So, through means going to the center of the eye. And that means feeling it fully, completely, basically surrendering yourself to this feeling so that it can have its full release and then let what remains be what is your truth. So, like blowing the dust away. So, an example for grief. If you let yourself go down into the bowels of grief. This is a really painful place, but you let yourself crack open. You let your guts come out. You cry till you throw up. You lay on the floor, dazed, staring at nothing. You carry the heaviness, and in every place you go, you let it leach out like ink onto the walls, into the floor, into the bed. And you just let yourself be grief. You embody grief. And it will wreck you. It'll rearrange your life. It'll carve lines in your face and gouge deep into your eyes pools that seem like they never will end. And let that storm rage. I guarantee on the other side you will start to understand yourself better. You will see what it is that is grief. You will have looked so deeply into it that you will have seen some of its truth, if not all of its truth for you. You will see where it is the love that has lost its outlet. You will see where it is the loss of your own identity. What you are grieving is yourself, or you're grieving who you got to be in this life with somebody, or you're grieving a future that is no longer possible, and so many more. But on the other end, when the storm has calmed, and it will calm in time, and this is totally and wholly dependent on your level of grief, how deep it goes. It may take years, it may take months. You may simply be grieving something like the death of a pet you loved as a child, and you haven't let yourself fully grieve it. Something maybe only takes a couple days because you're really letting yourself. Don't be silly. Don't feel awkward or stupid. Don't judge yourself. Whatever it is you're grieving, it matters because it's been holding space inside you this long. So these old griefs matter too, even, and especially I would say childhood griefs. Now imagine your anger. Somebody says something that's cruel and unkind, or you're angry at the world. Let that steam rise and lift, and because otherwise it's so toxic to you. You have a right to be angry about some things that happen to you, and even other things. It's your ego being bruised so deeply that you just have to let yourself experience it. This doesn't mean going and hurting others. This doesn't mean becoming reactive and lashing out. This means letting that red hot burn inside you and then release it before it really scalds and does some damage. Like a hot stove, you touch it and you move away. You know it's something dangerous. Walk, breathe, write angry letters that you will light on fire or bury in the ground, or expend energy, something forceful and alive and rage inside of you. Find a purpose for it. Clean the entire house. Talk to a friend you know can hold those rants, but don't hold it in. Don't stifle it. Don't smother it till it begins to so slowly smolder all the beautiful, lovely things in your life till they are black as coal. Don't do that. Love. If you love something so deeply, you hold it inside. You may not have that opportunity to let it take flight later in life. let your creative self out. Let your loving expression be. Even if what you love cannot return the love, it's you're embodying love. It means you're becoming love. This love is like something sprouting inside you. You're watering a seed. You're letting it grow. Otherwise, it still just stays as locked potential, and you die with that seed of potential inside you. Why not water it? See what it is. And if it's not meant to be a tree, maybe it's only a sunflower, and it's beautiful in the moment. It faces the sun and it absorbs the sun and it becomes something lovely, and then it fades. It's not meant to last. Or maybe it's a giant oak tree that you nurture and grow into this massive old growth tree your entire life. You don't know, because right now it's just a seed form and you just feel it there, and you're suppressing it because what? It'll become vulnerable. Once it's left its hard shell, the weather could affect it. You'll have to water it constantly, like you'll have to nurture it and take care of it. And other people may look at you and say, why are you growing sunflowers? Everybody knows roses are in and sunflowers are out. So you have to be like that tough, to be vulnerable, and to let the love just flow through you and become one with it. So to embody it, to go into the center of love. What is love? Love is not possession. It's not control. It's something inside of you, radiating out and touching others, of course. And you feel it when you're around others that also radiate love, and you think that is love, that is their love, that is the love that they are able to embody. And rather than wanting to possess it, you should look at them and say, that is who I want to be like. I want to embody love myself, to carry it in my center, so wherever I go, I hold this love. And it's something that will nurture you first and then the world outside, not the other way around. And that's the magic of it. So, yeah, this can be applied to anything, because I'm really thinking about how we block ourselves from moving to the next chapter of our lives. We block ourselves from transformations. We block ourselves from creative expression or new paths, new lives, all this because we're not willing to walk through the very heart, the eye of the storm, which is terrifying. No matter what it is, it's so strong, it's raw and a force of nature. These portals that we have to cross that threshold. And it's actually not so scary. Look at what is hurting you. Look at your pain like you would. Thich Nhat Hanh describes it as a crying baby throwing a fit, tears in its eyes. Look deeply at this child and realize it's hungry. Look deeply at this child and realize she needs to be soothed and carried, or she needs to be changed. Her clothing's no good, she's feeling uncomfortable and it needs to be clean. She needs to know that you're there. When you look deeply at your demons, your inner like darkness, your inner problems, the areas of your part that you wanted to dissociate, you say like, okay, this is good, but this part's bad. And somewhere along the line from early childhood, you were told, or you became to internalize this concept that there are good parts of you and bad parts of you. The bad parts of you need to either cut off, dissociate from, push away, hide, disguise, whatever necessary. Even it could be like your quirky sense of humor or the way you smile. You're hiding this because you were somewhere along the way influenced to the point you believe in your heart of hearts that this is no longer something acceptable. That there will be consequences that will dismantle everything good in your life. Instead of realizing that through that portal, through that quirky smile, you unleash the true version of yourself that's meant to make other quirky friends. And they don't even know you're out there because they don't see your quirky smile. So you're learning to be your authentic self through this bravery to face the deeper parts of yourself and start to not dismantle, but remantle, reassemble yourself into one whole, accepted, loved being. And this being is far greater together than it is in its parts. And examples of that is if you take like this mechanical machine and you take all the gears and you separate them and you say, okay, the brass gears and the copper gears I'm going to separate, or the steel gears and grommets and this and that. I'm going to say these are more priority, these are better, these are good, these are not. And then you try to reassemble the machine without the parts you decided are just like inferior. And the machine doesn't work. And you're wondering, well, why isn't this machine working? I took out all the bad parts. There's no such thing as bad parts. This well-oiled machine functions because of everything having a role. So your negative aspects, if you want to call them that, accentuate your positive aspects like light and shadow, all on the same spectrum. They all are part of one system, a system that keeps you running and going and flowing and being your most expansive, amazing self. So don't cut away these parts of you. Face them, look at them deeply, and become them embody them. Just see what happens. You got this.